This is the Great Basin prescribed fire and weather briefing for Friday, May 23rd. Current activity: a few small fires in the red circles. Recent fires on the small side, also in the yellow, and prescribed fire projects in the purple. Precipitation amount over the past 7 days: wettest in central and northern areas, a half inch to locally an inch and a half. If you look at some of these yellows up here in parts of western Wyoming, very little precipitation further south and west. Looking at fuels, 100-hour fuels quite dry in the upper single digits in this gold color across southern areas of Utah, Nevada, and the Arizona Strip, of course moistening up quite a bit further north. And looking at the drought, the longer-term drought's been developing over the last 8 to 12 months, shows areas of extreme to even a pocket of exceptional drought down south in southern Nevada, but a lot of the moderate to severe drought areas are starting to expand further northwards and also expanding from the north southwards into parts of eastern Idaho. Looking at the flash drought, however, over the past 3 weeks, it has been a reversal. There have been some cooler, wetter conditions in the south, so that's good news there. And we look at the upper level map. A weak trough low pressure approaching today. You see drier air coming in, but a pretty strong wind field at the upper levels, 30 to 40 knots. There'll be some clouds, maybe some isolated thunderstorms underneath the low. Ventilation under a trough low pressure, very good. Surface winds picking up in southern areas, maybe 15 to 25 miles an hour sustained. Lighter winds further south. You also see those very dry humidity levels down south, single digits to near 10%, more in the 20 to 30% range further north. And the transport winds, which are peak wind gusts, do show that we do see some gusts approaching 30, 35 miles an hour, maybe even some isolated gusts near 40 miles an hour, a little purple area through here. And that's combined with some of those lower humidities. Fortunately, live fuel moistures are still quite high. Some of the grass is still on the greenish side. Mixing heights, very good, thousands of feet above ground level in all areas. This little weak low sits over the Great Basin on Saturday, producing instability, afternoon showers or thunderstorms. Ventilation overall quite good. Humidity, again, dry in the far south, but still fairly high in northern areas. And you still see some moderate winds in these darker green areas, maybe 10 to 18 miles an hour sustained, and maybe gusts in the mid-20s. Not as windy tomorrow as today. Now, for Sunday, that trough kind of weakens and shifts out. Weak ridge of high pressure builds in, but a deeper trough of low pressure poised further north and to the west. Light winds across most of the Great Basin. Humidity, same story, dry in the south, but even drying out in parts of Boise, 13%. So drying out everywhere under that high pressure. Good mixing heights overall, but the winds definitely dying down. These are the transport levels or the wind gusts, and not much in a good portion of that purple area. With those isolated showers and thunderstorms, I should even say scattered, this is where we could see a couple of hundredths of an inch in these lighter to medium shade green areas. So going to early next week, you have a deep low further offshore with a lot of moisture, but high pressure and dry air across the southern half of the Great Basin. Some instability showers here in these patches of green, and that'll continue a little bit further, shifting further eastwards on Tuesday, but high pressure builds in across the western Great Basin and really amplifies Wednesday and Thursday. Very warm, dry weather continuing. Most of the storms at troughs are being steered northwards into the Pacific Northwest. Precipitation, this is Monday morning through Wednesday morning, just some scattered stuff under that low pressure area, and it starts to dissipate days 6 and 7. We do see kind of a monsoonal surge starting and clipping parts of eastern New Mexico, not unusual for this time of year, and we see that on the 7-day total precipitation. The 8 to 14 day shows above normal temperatures for much of the Great Basin, especially the western half. And we do see another possible monsoonal surge could clip parts of Utah during the same time period. This concludes our briefing. We won't have one Monday because of the holiday, and we'll be back with one again on Wednesday. Have a great holiday weekend.